Morning and welcome. This is Sherry Galvanized, and it's been 2 weeks since I made a video. I've been in the mountains at the waterfalls and making dreams come true, definitely. And I want to talk about that today. I want to talk about dreams, the dreamer. I want to talk about taking risks and facing fears. Facing fears. I always got to check my audio because so many times my audio didn't work and I was sitting here. There's been multiple times when I made like 15-minute long videos and didn't know the audio wasn't working. So anyway, I'm reading this book, The Dream Giver, and it's amazing. I took it on my flight to Hawaii thinking, oh, I'm going to read this book while I'm on my trip. And it ended up that I read the book on the flight. It's actually very easy to read, very quick to read, but what I was loving so much about it is it's written as a parable. And I could really put myself in the book and relate to it. It's hard for me to put into words, but I want to try and cover just some of the main little bullet points of this because I have a feeling that you might relate to it. And I think it normalizes fear that people have. So it's chapter 1, Ordinary embraces his big dream. Chapter 2, Ordinary leaves his comfort zone. Chapter 3, Ordinary meets bullies in the borderland. Chapter 4, Ordinary enters the wasteland. Chapter 5, Ordinary finds sanctuary. Chapter 6, Ordinary reaches the Valley of the Giants. Chapter 7, Ordinary thrives in the land of promise. That's part 1, and that's the part that's written as a parable. And I was so blown away by it. It's like the kind of book where I wish I would have known about this book a long time ago, and I would have read it a long time ago, because I didn't realize that the challenges that I thought were uniquely my own were actually challenges that were universal. So pretty much if you are a dreamer, you can expect that there are people who are going to shoot down your dream. That's just the way it is. If you're a dreamer, you can expect that people are going to shoot down your dream. But the shocker is that the main people who shoot down your dream are the ones that you think should be supporting you the most. That's the big shock. You think that the people who are going to shoot down your dreams are going to be these strangers or these imaginary mean people, but it's quite likely that it's going to be your mother, your father, your uncle, your best friend. And in fact, in the book, they specifically had the mother, the uncle, and the best friend. And what the mother and the uncle and the best friend said, it was like, oh my gosh, I've heard these exact words. And when those people are trying to shoot down your dream, you also have to know that they're not shooting down your dream because they don't love you. Actually, they are shooting down your dream because they love you. And in their own fear-based comfort way, they think that they are keeping you safe by not letting you move forward, because they know that you're going to have to go through the valley of despair and you're going to face rejection. And not only that, you might succeed. And if you do, then they have to face the fact that they did not reach for their dream, and the devastation that they have to feel within themselves because they did not shoot for their dream. I think it takes a lot for a person. Well, he talks about his dad, right? His dad had a dream. He had a dream. And part of the parable of the story is a feather. The guy wakes up from his dream and there's a feather sitting there. And that's kind of how he knows that the dream giver is speaking to him. And he tells his father about it, and his father basically was like, oh my gosh, I had the same dream and the same feather. But the father just let the feather waste away and disappear. And and luckily the father said, go for your dream, you know. But the mother was like, I don't know, this is really scary. You shouldn't do it. But as the dream giver goes through these various places, he has to fight giants, and he has to have faith, and he has to have trust, and he has to put away things that he's comfortable with, and it's just really fascinating. So I just want to talk a little bit about that. I want to change. There's a beeping noise going on in the background, and I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I'm like, I wish I could turn that off. I can turn it off. I'm thinking about turning it off. But so I was in Hawaii, and I jumped off a cliff. And jumping off the cliff is like a really fast, condensed version, I think, of what this whole book and this whole story I'm telling you is about. It's just a super fast way to get it all solidified into your body, because I think that there's different kinds of fears, and sometimes when fear is in your body for a really long time, it starts manifesting itself in your muscles, in your bones, in your breathing and everything, so that you actually feel like you can't move forward. And in some ways, I think you even manifest pains that make it even harder. You truly have pain that makes you feel like, I can't walk, I can't run because my back hurts, my feet hurt, my legs hurt. And then I think you can even manifest it even further forward, where you go to the doctor and the doctor says, you've got this ailment. Maybe not for everybody, but I think for a lot of people. It manifests in your body. So you truly believe that you can't do it. I think sometimes you have to get physical to train your body to know that it can move forward. Sometimes it's mental, sometimes it's physical. So going for walks is a journey. You start at one spot, you keep walking forward, and you're in a different spot every step you take. You keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going, you keep going, and you keep going, and pretty soon you can't see where you started. And you're in a totally different zone. You're somewhere else. You're way out there, super far out there, and you are in literally a different reality. We hiked to some falls. It was just absolutely amazing. The place we were at the end of the trail was totally different than the place we were at the beginning of the trail. Then eventually you have to turn around. You turn around and you walk, and the journey's different, and you return to the place you started, but you don't return the same person. You're a different person because you had a different experience, you had a journey. When I jumped off the cliff, we went to a fall, a big, long fall with a beautiful pool at the bottom of it. And I saw people jumping off the fall, and I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to jump off the fall. But then at some point, that dream part of me woke up and said, I wonder what it would be like to be down there and to experience that pool of water and to take that risk. And then, if I don't do it, how am I going to feel about that? Anyway, long story short, I get to the top of the cliff and I look down, and yes, there is this momentary feeling in my body of fear, but because I've practiced so many times mentally in my mind, knowing that fear is just an illusion, and the longer you stay in it, the more intense it gets, I jumped as fast as I could before that voice could take over. And I think that that's a lesson that you can apply to any situation that you're in. As you start to become more aware, and as you start to feel fear gathering up, instead of allowing it to gather up more and more and more until it gets to the point that you're immobilized, take some kind of action. Say something, do something, and move past it. Don't let it get the best of you, whatever you do. And the more times that you feel that physical exhilaration of moving from being afraid to doing the thing you're afraid of, the more you have that knowing within your cells of your body that you can do it again and you're going to survive. You're going to survive. So if I want to leave you with anything, there's that. There's that point right there. You can do it and you can survive. And then the other point is, if somebody is doubting your dream, telling you not to reach for your dream, shooting down your dream, telling you all the reasons why you can't have a dream, I would say have a lot of compassion for them. And just think that this person is doing this because of their own fear. How much fear they must have inside of them to have to say those things and do those things. And how hurt they must be on the inside. It has nothing to do with you, so don't take it personally. And don't listen to it, whatever you do. Do not listen to it. Listen to the dream giver. Listen to the dream giver. You got your dream for a reason. And you do inspire other people when you follow that dream. So I'm looking forward to my dreams coming true. I'm looking forward to hearing about your dreams coming true, watching your dreams come true, being caught up in that flow of positivity. And I think that's the main thing that I want to talk about today. But also on a technical level, I'm just saying that when you get into that situation where somebody is shooting down your dream and you find yourself maybe getting agitated or afraid yourself or whatever the case may be, use your own mind to create another scenario at the same exact time they're talking to you. Don't get defensive and don't get mad at them. Just have your own waterfall experience in your mind where you go and they could just chatter on, but you're totally not there with them. You're somewhere else. You're in another world. And maybe you could even say to yourself, wow, I have a lot of compassion for this person, but they don't know anything about my dream, so it's okay. It's all right. You can do that. You can do that with practice. You can absolutely do that. You have the strength. That's what practice of hypnosis and meditation and deep breathing can help you do. I've helped a lot of people do it. I've helped myself do it. I can help you do it. And I know that you can also help yourself do it with practice. So have a wonderful, fabulous week. And I'll catch you again next week, 11/11, Thursday, Pacific Standard Time. Okay, bye for now. Yeah, okay.